I took a clip from the Sunday, January 16th, New York Times issue. You know, Sunday magazines and newspapers are basically good for the garbage can. I don't even know why I open them, but every now and then you find something interesting. But in this particular New York Times issue last Sunday, there was an article, the subtitle of which dealt with Trump's unprecedented meddling in the census account. This is real important here. And of course, this was his administration's meddling under his direction. This is important because the meddling into the census account has to do with what is really firing up the right wing in this country, a sector of whites. It was in large part behind this notion of the January 6th Stop the Steal thing, where some actually believe the election was stolen. Others simply believe that if blacks vote, it's illegal. And they're doing everything they can to use the law to minimize your vote, going back again to the second post-Reconstruction themes following the first post-Reconstruction. So all of this is the effort of whites in this country, particularly the hard right, but a significant number of whites to hold on to power. And one of the ways is through the census count. And so basically what the Trump administration was pushing for towards the end of his administration was to change the formula for determining the number of House seats. And in doing that, changing the formula that would lead to a reduction of the count of certain people, that is, immigrants of color specifically. And so this was designed so that when it comes to gerrymandering and generally under the census, simply doing a count for House seats, for example, the count would reduce the number of people of color. Particularly what Trump wanted to do was to remove from the count immigrants in this country who are not citizens, and many of whom are people of color. And in doing that, then that would affect the formula for picking members of the House of Representatives, which has already been stacked in the favor of whites through gerrymandering at the state level. So this was his objective, to exclude non-citizens from the population count, when in fact the population count is a count for the whole population of the country. And of course, this is based on the knowledge that the demographics are shifting in this country and soon whites will be a minority. So this is just one of many measures used to forestall white numerical dominance in this country, which is in decline and will be a minority by 2044, 2045 or sooner. So this is one note. Now, according to the New York Times, this move was resisted by Census Bureau officials. However, Trump put into positions of power people who were pushing for this shift in the census count. So according to the New York Times, this was resisted.